What's going on? How y'all doing today? This video is going to be about New Orleans Pelicans basketball NBA coach Stan Van Gundy. And his remarks recently were very eye-opening, especially from a white guy to say this. He says, quote, "Whites are the ones who are racist." He's been very outspoken in the past few years, along with Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors and Greg Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs. All white head coaches and all talking about the underbelly and what was happening during the Trump era and what was going on and so much of the racism and what's being out there. But Stan Van Gundy, just like his brother Jeff, is not. They're those are kind of cats, they straight shooters. And they've seen enough to know enough to speak on it. And Stan Van Gundy was talking about the social ills and the privilege that he's afforded by being a head coach. Now, some people may say, well, why would a white head coach come out and say such a thing? Because he knows. He knows. Let's look at Stan Van Gundy's resume, shall we? He in the NBA. He coached the Miami Heat to the Eastern Conference Finals, if you remember. He had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwayne Wade back in the day. Then he goes to Orlando with Dwight Howard and Jameer Nelson. And now you fast forward to Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. He's had situations. He did coach that Orlando Magic team to the finals, but they lost to the Lakers. And he got the Miami Heat to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they lost to the Detroit Pistons, back in 2005. But the point is this. He's had privilege and opportunities, and that along with being a color commentator, etc. Not necessarily afforded to African Americans, and that's a fact. And to say this in the NBA, which is predominantly black, but he sees the undercurrent, which is the truth. The NBA has never had a black commissioner. You've had Michael Jordan as an owner, and he had to generate billions of dollars to get to that position because it's a good old boys club. They don't just let anybody in. You look around in terms of leadership, impact, and what's going on, and you see privilege. NBA players may have 80% black players on the court, but when you look out the patrons and the fans, it's 75 to 80% white. And some people feel that's a minstrel show because the tickets are too expensive and it's too much to get into the game. They can have all the propaganda and slogans about end racism, stop racism, Black Lives Matter, etc., etc. Put your money where your mouth is, where you have inclusion, opportunities, jobs, creations. That's what's up. That's what's up, And you have to have a foundation where you break ground. So who's going to do it? So I applaud Stan Van Gundy for speaking out on this because it's long overdue. And it's there. And before people say, well, they're predominantly black players, I said, well, yeah, that's how plantation is run. They can have you playing and laughing and pay you money. But who's the real breadwinner? All right. So that's my thoughts and takes about Stan Van Gundy, talking about white racism. He's the coach of New Orleans Pelicans NBA. And it was props to what he said. Makes you think. He's speaking. He's seeing stuff in the NBA right now as we speak. Don't let them shuck and fool you about how they feel about Giannis and Steph Curry and LeBron and Kevin Durant, etc. It's still a plantation. And I always said the NBA stands for Negroes be acting. There's a lot of acting in the NBA. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, please. I welcome thoughts and comments. I will respond. Appreciate all feedback. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another, and ask yourself who is sharing the pie, because it always seems to be one-sided all the time. Still, I'm out.